Slick, does the Kevin Durant injury change your opinion of the Suns' title chances, given the fact they had KD, Devin Booker, Chris Paul? This is a very good team, but how does that injury affect it?
The answer is no, in that my opinion of their chances of winning the championship was not high to begin with. But I'm going to say yes, because it does change dramatically what I believe was their chance of even getting out of the Western Conference Finals or getting to the finals.
Yep.
Look, they have a healthy lead and they're in the 4th seed right now, and they have a healthy lead over the Golden State Warriors. So, but you're missing him, right? And you're not just missing him. Let's say you take the Phoenix Suns and you take the Phoenix Suns that won 64 last year and you take the Phoenix Suns that went to the finals the year before. You're not just losing Kevin Durant. You're losing Kevin Durant, you're losing Mikal Bridges,
Yep.
you're losing Cam Johnson,
Yep.
and you're losing Jay Crowder from those teams of those previous years. So it's really hard for me to make an argument that they can do anything close to what those teams did, which still was short of winning a championship. The out that I give them, the reason that I'm not burying them, is because the West collectively is a mess. And because they do have that edge on the Golden State Warriors right now. So it really just depends on when does he get back and what does he look like when he does.
Slick, my title hopes for the Suns, they didn't change, but y'all, they got sobered up. I was drunk on the Suns juice. Why? Kevin Durant's there, Devin Booker there, Chris Paul is there. I'm with you. I'm falling out of my chair, 2-5.
But now you're right.
Man, but now I'm sitting up straight and I'm buttoned up. I'm sobered up on what's going on with the Suns because I'm reminded of the fact that though Anthony Davis has that nickname street clothes, let's not get it twisted. KD is the one that's missed 179 games since 2019. Let's not get it twisted. KD is the one who has missed 57% of percentage of games played. In the event he does not play the rest of the season, he would have missed 57% of the potential games played since 2019. More than any other NBA player that's made 7 All-Star appearances. The reason I say 7 All-Star appearances, because I'm talking about the bona fide stars over a duration of time. So Kevin Durant is injury prone. We got to update our models of who Kevin Durant is. He's still a superstar, don't get it twisted, but he's an injury-prone superstar. Y'all know Chris Paul's older, so he's bound to miss some time. So if we know that Chris Paul bound to miss some time in the playoffs, and Kevin Durant has missed 57% of games played, what Suns team are we going to see when we need to see him? Yeah. That's why, Joy, my model of the Suns and my hopes of them going to the title, it has been sobered up with the Kevin Durant injury. Where do you stand?
Well, I was never drunk because it's hard to win championships. All pros hard to do. You know what else is hard to do? Win championships.
True.
Hard.
And KD just got there. Hard. He just got there. So it's not just that they're losing Kevin Durant to this injury, but they've had him all season long, so they know how all the rotations are going to work, what the subs are going to look like, how he's going to fit in. Now, he looks like he was fitting in pretty quickly.
He did.
But now he's going to be coming back, and it's go time. It's going to be in the postseason. That's not what you wanted. This was already a short window for him to get to Phoenix and get into this system and get everybody comfortable. It's not a great situation. KD's missed time earlier. You mentioned Chris Paul. He's missed time this season. Devin Booker's missed time this season. Again, the West is a little iffy right now. There are some injuries spread around the entire Western Conference, and no one was really that strong coming into this part of the season to begin with. But, yeah, this is very concerning if you're the Suns.
It's funny how we just forget how easy Kevin Durant came there and they won games when he played 3-0. So I do think that the Suns, and it take a hit. First of all, I'm going to answer the question. No, it did not take a hit from me. I still think they're the favorite to come out the West. And once you get to the finals, anything can happen. Right, so I'm not sure how bad the injury was. He's still waiting for the MRI. And then if you've seen in the video, the sprained ankle, he got up and he walked normal, right? Wasn't ginger at all. He was walking. So we got to wait to see what happens. But I do think this Suns team is good enough to win at least one series without Kevin Durant. And then the best part about Kevin Durant, which no other player in the game right now can do, they can go to any team and gel right away. So, yeah, he might not have been with this team for a certain amount of games, right? And it's still fresh, still new. But we seen when he came in,
buckets.
He can give you buckets playing defense. Now you got a 7-footer that can play the guard or play the forward or play the center. Whatever you need him to do, he can do. And Kevin Durant, he makes it so easy for every player. Like, look at Booker. We already thought Booker was a beast. Now you see him, he's shooting at a way more efficient rate. With KD's 56% from the field, 50% from 3, averaging 36 points a game with KD. You bring KD in there, things are different. So I think it's the same for me.
Same for you. Slick, how you feel about that?
Holla at me, Slick. What's up?
I'd like to believe that, and I agree with you. If anybody could come
You
back,
should, Slick. You should agree with your boy. We're off.
I try. If I feel like I'm the dentist on this show, right? You go to the dentist, and if he doesn't say anything, you're good. But most of the time, he's got to give you bad news. Like you go to the dentist, like I'm hoping he doesn't find anything. Look, if anybody can come back, because we're talking about coming back during the playoffs now and jumping into a team. This is not like Steph Curry last year. Steph Curry missed time, came back, jumped in, and they kept going. But there was a familiarity there in having him jump in. My biggest concern is that KD isn't just your second best scorer or best scorer, well, top two.
Okay.
He's also one of your top 2 rebounders. He's also one of your top 2 shot blockers. And although he's only played 3 games, like, he can play make too.
Yes, he can.
So look at the rest of that roster. Where are you getting another great rebounder? Where are you getting another great playmaker? Honestly, where are you getting another great scorer? Like Mikal Bridges could plug in, Cam Johnson could plug in.
Right.
You could get that from elsewhere.
Yeah,
That's going to be the challenge. I don't.
They're not a super team?
They are not a super. You know what they are? They're a super heavy, top-heavy team. Is what they are.
I agree with that.
And this is the danger because what you're seeing is if you look at championship teams over the last few years, what has been their hallmark hasn't necessarily been star-studded. It's been depth and versatility. Yeah. Because everybody's going.
But I would say it's been both. Because if you think about last year with the Warriors, you know Steph Curry, he gave y'all a 40-piece. I think he gave you a couple of them in the finals. Year before Giannis, he closed out with 50 and 20, if I'm not 50 and 10, 50 and 18 in that finals. So you got that, but that Bucks team also had P.J. Tucker, also had Portis, also had Drew Holiday,
Andrew Wiggins.
also had, and the Warriors team also had Wiggins, had Poole coming off the bench. So it had star power and reserves. You made a great point, though. Kevin Durant being hurt is really like a team losing 2 players. Because the Suns gave up 2 players that are now balling, by the way, in Brooklyn. Suns gave up 2 players for KD. So it's not just like the Suns lost KD. They really lost the equivalent for the Suns of 2 legitimized players. It will be fascinating to see if they can overcome it. Well, we're just getting started here on Speak.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.